I'll tell a maverick by jinx, by golly baby. This is one rootin' tootin' Western story from 1926, the Br X Bys in Thndr Cnyn, which is the second volume of the Br X Bys series, which went on for, I'll have to look it up and find out, quite a few. It goes from like 1926 to like 1940. Written by James Cody Ferris, who was a very prolific author. Also was not actually a person, was the name of the syndicate ran these stories under, which they employed various people to write, including one of the fellows who did like the one of the more famous people who did the Hardy Boys series, of which I don't have any of the names for the things. But let me just read the advertisement for the Br X Bys on the back of this, which is I guess on the back. I got this from Project Gutenberg. It was like, oh, a Western story. Let's read a free Western story. So this is Western Stories for Boys by James Cody Ferris. Each volume complete in itself. Thrilling tales of the Great West, told primarily for boys, but which will be read by all who love mystery, rapid action, and adventure in the great open spaces. The Manly Boys, Roy and Teddy, are the sons of an old ranchman, the owner of many thousands of heads of cattle. The boys know how to ride, how to shoot, and how to take care of themselves under any and all circumstances. The cowboys of the Br X Ranch are real cowboys, on the job when required, but full of fun and daring. A bunch of any reader will be delighted to know. So, yes, this is the second in the series, but as stated on the tin, you do not need to know the events of the first story, which they pretty quickly inform you of. There had been rustlers, and those rustlers, well, they'd been giving them some trouble, and they'd been going after the rustlers, and the rustlers came after them and took their beloved horses. Remember, they went for the horses, which, you know, in itself is a thing, because in this book, the said rustlers become kidnappers of the women, the sister of Teddy and Roy, and a couple of neighboring girls that they're sweet upon, Nell and something else, which I would have to actually look at in the thing. This is very much an hour-long television show, before there were hour-long television shows for boys, where you get like a single simple adventure that's contained within itself. You could tune in any time during the season and get the story. It does have the thing of older TV, of the pacing on this. It's not rapid action. It is super slow, padded action of you know, we get an exciting kind of exciting scene of an avalanche at the beginning of the story, which kind of shoots us off, but then it's just like slow burn of, like, we don't even get to the kidnapping of the girls until a little ways into the story, though that is the main premise of the story. So I feel okay spoiling it for you. Very much the girls in this story are the damsels in distress, all the way up to, no, like, I'm gonna spoil things, the girls make it out all alive. I mean, this story always has very low stakes to it. Right at the beginning, we know that the girls are going to be okay. They're basically assured that, like, oh, they have the evil kidnappers have made sure that there's a woman to take care of them, because we wouldn't want anything untowards to happen to them. This is very much a story told for young boys, and it's very chaste, and very, there's no question of, like, you know, sexual assault or murder in this story. But, you know, at the very end, when they are rescued, there's they tell Nell and Ethel, good older 1926 names, say, oh, so much, they tell the boys that they're, oh, so much better than those old knights who rescued ladies from dungeons. And would they consent to sign their names in this little book, please? Apparently they want their autograph as well, which is just hilarious. thing, but yeah, it's like these are this is definitely cowboys as the knights of old. Now, this is, if you can't tell by their names, the last name being Manly, this is very much a book about teaching boys how to be men, true men of the West. There's this kind of, that's the whole rugged individual. You know how to shoot, you know how to ride. The boys are put in charge of the ranch when their father is away. They're the manly men. Yes, Mr. Manly felt proud of the fact that his sons were true men of the West, courageous and upright. Action boys put in charge. And of course, if we're going to have the masculine on the one side, we have to have the feminine on the other side, which we have the girls to rescue. But we also have mom, the mother here, who, when things are down and the girls, their sister and these girls have been captured and they have to kind of gird their spirits, the mother is there to take the burden of worry off of them. Her willing spirit had taken much of the burden from their souls, embracing it as her own. She is the repository of all that kind of unmanly kind of worry stuff and things like that. How could they know that it had passed from them to her with their mother's kiss? And indeed, Mr. Manly, looking on, silently blesses his wife. In that hour, she may have lost her boys, but she had gained 2 men. Yes, Manly. Now, at the same time, this is 1926, and we have Sing Lung, the cook of the ranch, who speaks in broken English. And wow, our 2 heroes, Roy and Teddy, both in turn refer to him with the slur, slur that was used towards Chinese Americans at that point. It's just like that's the 2 heroes. So it's like we're swimming in it. We're swimming in the racist kind of white supremacy of the time. There's references to gypsies and half-breeds as well in the story. And just at the end, you can really tell that this is like they're swimming in it. They have no idea. One of the ranch hands admiringly says of Mr. Manly at the end, Mr. Manly is sure one white guy, because what else could you be? What else is the greatest compliment that you could give someone? This also has the villain of the piece. It's strangely kind of not too, I guess because it is adventure story for little boys, it is the most insubstantial, non-threatening little thing, even though these are all heavily armed. Roy and Teddy, they get armed, they're ready to shoot people, but it's strangely non-violent. And it's also the mystery. I rolled my eyes at the whole thing of the mystery, because the name of the head kidnapper, it's like he's got a very odd name, and it's just like, oh god, you just look at it on the page right to begin with, and it's like, this is the most bargain basement boneheaded thing. But it's like, okay, it's written for small, simple boys. So you have to restrain yourself. And I won't give away the mystery. If you really need to know, I'll write down the name of the villain underneath, and see if you with only knowing the barest fact about these rustlers can crack the code. But yes, that is Br X Bys in Thndr Cnyn by James Cody Ferris, or whatever poor jobbing hack writer churned this out in an afternoon. So yes, more videos later.